Today I'd like to look at Ecclesiastes chapter 11, verses 8 to 10, a little bit long. Indeed, if a man lives many years, let him rejoice in them, and let him remember the days of darkness, since they will be many. All that comes is futile. Rejoice, young man, while you are young, and let your heart be glad in the days of your youth, and walk in the ways of your heart, and in the sight of your eyes, and know that all of these things God will bring judgment. Remove sorrow from your heart and put away pain from your flesh, because youth and the prime of life are fleeting. This kind of gives us an idea of how we should live life. First of all, it talks about, if you live many years and you get older, rejoice. We should enjoy getting older. We should not be afraid of getting older. People today so often have this real fear of age. They want to stay young. They want to stay in their youth all their lives. And they do anything to try to stay young. They'll spend all kinds of money on treatments, on this and that. And, it's good to take care of your health. It's truly good to be able to try to stay healthy and to take care of your health. That's a good thing. But to try to live forever, to think that there's some way that you can beat the system, so to speak, it's not going to happen. Instead of worrying about those things, enjoy every stage of your life. Every stage of your life brings different challenges, brings different joys. And if you look for it, you can enjoy every stage of life. I've always looked forward to getting older. I'm in one stage of life and I look forward to the next stage of life to see what's going to happen. There's this desire to see something new, to not be stuck in the old. I kind of get bored with certain things, and so I'm always happy to go to the next stage of life. I'm 67. I love being 67. I'm looking forward to being 68. Looking forward to being in my 70s and my 80s. I don't know what God's got for me exactly, but I know I've got something to look forward to. And so I believe that should be our attitude. And then it goes on to say that when you're young, enjoy yourself. There's certain things that you can do when you're younger because you're stronger, more physically fit, and things like that. I know that I can't do the same things now that I could do when I was 20. I don't have the stamina for all of that. Even though I have good health, when you get older, you have to slow down in some areas. And say here, enjoy your youth, enjoy yourself, but be careful, because God's going to judge you. Now, we can look at that in any stage of our life. That's not just for youth, but here it's talking about youth. And we can enjoy our life, but be careful and don't sin. God wants us to enjoy our lives. Jesus said he came to give us life and to give it abundantly. It wasn't just about following rules and regulations and denying yourself from all these different things. Say, well, I can't do this, I can't do that. And many churches have adopted that attitude. You can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do this. I had a friend of mine one time that said, you can't say no to everything. You have to say yes sometimes. We were talking about youth and young people because it discourages them. You need to, when you're talking about youth and young people, you need to guide them into doing things that are okay, but you can't say no to everything. And it's the same way in our own lives. We can't deny ourselves of everything that may be a little bit fun, that may bring some enjoyment to our lives. There's no harm in going to an amusement park. There's no harm in going out to eat. There's no harm in going swimming and going to the beach and all. There's so many things we could do to enjoy life. Many of them, in this process, we can enjoy God's creation. But be careful that we don't step past the line into sin. We could go out, but we shouldn't be getting drunk. We could go to a restaurant. We can even go to a concert or a place, they're playing music. But be careful about where you go and what you do. We don't want to step across the line and get ourselves into sin, and get ourselves into trouble. You know, that's why the Bible warns us about things like adultery and different things. We have to be careful. But God does want us to enjoy our life. We need to enjoy our life, but don't cross the line and sin. Stay within the boundaries that God has set up. You know, we worry about getting older. We worry about things that we don't need to worry about. The thing that Ecclesiastes is telling us too is that life is futile. The things on this earth, whatever our enjoyment is here, whatever we're worried about here, if we're worried about getting old, it's a waste of time because life is futile. We're going to die anyway. We cannot stop that from happening at some point in time. In the end, here it says, remove sorrow from your heart, put away pain from your flesh, because youth and the prime of life are fleeting. Like I said, you cannot stop the aging process. You're always going to be getting older. And so we need to be careful that we don't miss out on the things that God has for us, whether it's the things that He wants us to do for Him, whether it's the enjoyment of life. We don't want to miss out on that. So we got to stop worrying about those things. You know, our biggest concern should be our relationship with God and walking with Him. Because if you're walking with God and if you're in His will, you're going to enjoy your life. It may be the struggles, but you're going to have enjoyment, contentment, and satisfaction. Seek the things of God and enjoy your life. Enjoy the life that He has given you. If this message has been encouraging to you, has helped you in any way, has maybe even rebuked you somehow, I would encourage you to like, share, and subscribe, and may God bless you always.